Hi, this video is on how to join a Zoom meeting that someone's invited you to. Sometimes that's easy if things are set up as a link, but sometimes it's not. So I'm going to go over two ways where it's not completely obvious how you join. It could be a training that you're taking or some other way to get invited to a meeting and you're not quite realizing what you would need to do. So I'm going to cover two cases that are a little less obvious. One way you may get invited to a Zoom meeting is somebody sends you an email. And so I sent one to myself here called "You are invited to a Zoom test meeting." So I click on that and I see one of these standard messages. And what I'm looking for is, okay, it's test meetings, May 11th, 1 o'clock. I see here that I can join from a PC, Mac, for iOS, being the Apple, like an Apple iPad or phone, Android. But here's the web address or the link that I want to go to. But notice it's not set up like a link. I can't just click on that and have it bounce to where I want to go. So I'm going to have to go through and use this copy and paste method that I showed you in an earlier video. But let's go through it again. Put your cursor to the left of the H and hold the mouse button down and drag it all the way across so you select all the text. Now, while that's selected, if I'm on a PC, I do a Control C, that's C as in Charlie. If I'm on a Macintosh, I do a Command C, and that puts that text into the clipboard. So I need to go to a browser window now and I need to paste this in. So I'm going to go over here to another tab where I just have Google up. It could be anything. I'm going to get rid of what's in the web address bar. And I'm now going to do Control V as in Victor. That pastes it, or Command V if you're on a Mac. Now I have it here and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, and now it's going to try to fire up a Zoom meeting. Now the host hasn't started this, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. So I'm the host, so it should just launch. And it says to enter the meeting password. So we've got to go back to that email, which is over here. And down below here, let's just move that out of the way. You'll see there was a password. So I double clicked on that to select all that text. And I'm going to do a Control C again to copy. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do a Control V as in Victor to join. And I hit join the meeting. Now, it says that in this case, the meeting's not running yet. The host hasn't even started the meeting, so it says it's scheduled for then, just gives you that information. But if it were joining the meeting, I would have another symbol up there where it said open Zoom meetings. I would click on that, and I would be entered usually into a meeting waiting room where you would wait for the host to begin the meeting and move you out of the waiting room into the active participation area. And that's generally how it goes. So you pretty much hang back and they do the rest. Okay, so one other thing that can happen here, I'm going to leave this meeting, is if you are trying to get into some kind of training. So if you're in Palomar single sign-on and you click on the 3PD portal and you want to do some training, I'm on here and I want to get some training. So I just go over here and I say, um, I guess I could do this multiple ways. I could type in like Canvas quiz. I want to get some training on Canvas quizzes. So I click on that and go down a little bit, and you'll see here that there's a Zoom meeting on June 2nd. And here's the actual uh, link. Again, it's not a link where I can just click on it, unfortunately. So I've got to select the text just like I did before, and then do a Control C, and then go back to a new room, and put that in David the Gray, and I hit that, and I would go into that room. Here's the thing: I click Open Zoom Meetings. Now this one I don't think had a password on it. You need to look for that. If it asks for a password, then you can do it. So you'll have to enter that password and remember that. So look for that. A lot of meetings do have a password associated with them. So hopefully that helps. It's confusing that these things that look like links aren't actually links. If you're setting up a meeting, something like the standard link, you might be able to get it to be a link by if we're editing it before sending it. Um, let me copy and paste this like I was gonna send it to somebody. There we go. I'm going to Control C. I'm going to make a new message. If I were scheduling a meeting and put that in, oh boy, didn't do it right. No, I put it in the subject line. That's why. Okay, one thing you can do in the it says I can put my cursor here right at the after the 0, and I can hit the enter key, and it turns it in. Oops, close that. It turns it into a true link. And now when I send it, if I'm scheduling a meeting, someone can just click on it, and that's going to save them a lot of trouble. But that's go over, and next video I'm going to show you how to schedule a meeting. All right, that ends this video.